Hi there, my name is Henry Tenby. I'm the author of the Aircraft Display Model Collector, Investor, and Appraisal Guide, and I'd like to welcome you to this edition of Model Moment, where we talk about all things related to the collecting of classic, vintage airline travel agent display models. Let's get on with the show. And by the way, in the upper right-hand corner is a link to this book in case you're interested. Well, hello everybody. My name is Henry Tenby and welcome to this edition of Model Moment. With this episode, we're going back to about 1957, 1958. Back at the time in the United States, we had McDonnell Douglas, we had Boeing, and we had General Dynamics, Convair, all with jet airliners on their proposal boards, vying for the jet orders of the world's airlines, and this particular model was the offering from San Diego-based General Dynamics Convair. This is, as you can see from the tail, a Convair 880. This particular model, I believe, would have been made for promotional use by the Convair General Dynamics Company circa late 1950s, and it is in the aircraft's prototype color scheme. Convair General Dynamics were basically building and touting this as the fastest jetliner to basically be available for the world's airlines, and as I say, it was configured in similar fashion to the DC-8 and 707. It was a four-engine not intercontinental, it was a coast-to-coast jetliner for all of the major airlines in the United States to essentially replace their prop-driven fleets with these aircraft. And this airplane was a little bit smaller. The Convair 880 was a little bit smaller than the 707 and DC-8. I believe it only was initially marketed as a 3 and 2 abreast, a 5 abreast seating configuration. And many airlines throughout the world evaluated this particular aircraft. Convair General Dynamics was heavily involved in marketing the aircraft to TWA, which Howard Hughes owned, and as well as Delta, of course. And in the United States, the major operators for the 880 were to become, in the early 1960s, TWA and, of course, Delta Airlines. Alaska Airlines also operated some of these aircraft, and overseas, Civil Air Transport of Taiwan, Cathay Pacific, JAL, and Tao Domestic TDA in Japan also ordered the aircraft. Other fringe operators in the early 60s through aircraft sharing arrangements included Viaza of Venezuela. They operated, I believe, just one aircraft, a leased aircraft. And the aircraft by the late 1960s was being basically replaced by more modern aircraft. And of course, in 1973, during the fuel crisis, most of the major airlines, TWA and Delta, retired their fleets. But this aircraft that we're looking at here is a 1/50th scale model that, as I say, was made for marketing purposes of Convair General Dynamics. And it is in remarkably good condition for its age. It would be 65 odd years old and made of resin or fiberglass. Really quite, as I say, quite remarkable, this model. And usually when these show up, they're in a lot more worn condition than this particular example. Just to show you what the model looks like and give you an idea of the heft. Very nice lines indeed on the 880. And this is in the Skylark colors, the manufacturer Skylark colors. And yeah, if you're a fan of classic airliners, I'd like to tell you about my new book, Air Travel Time Machine, Kodachrome Memories, 1942 to 1960. This book features over 600 images, spread over 300 pages. It's a hardcover book, coffee table photo book, and it takes you on a look back at air travel during the 1940s and 1950s. It is a fabulous look at air travel the way it was back in the good old days when passengers dressed up, behaved, and flew on classic airliners. I'll give you a little bit of a tour of the book. Basically, as you can see, it's very high quality print. And the images are not your standard sterile ramp shots. These pictures feature people. They show the scenery around the airport. They show people boarding airplanes. They show people engaged in travel and what it was like back in the good old days of the airlines. So this book features pictures that were taken by random travelers, and I spent the last 30 years collecting these images. These are all images which have never before been seen. So the book is organized. I'll just give you a quick showing of the contents. It's organized by year. We go from the piston era to the jet age, the start of the jet age. And the book is in limited production. I've only printed a small number of these books, and once they're sold out forever. So if this is a subject matter that you find interesting, I encourage you to check out my website where you can find more information about how you can order the book. You might want to act before the book is sold out, as I know that this book will be something that you will be interested in. I mean, look at these beautiful images. They're just really something else, aren't they? If you'd like more information or would like to order my book, I've posted a link in the upper right-hand corner, so you can just click on that and I'd be happy to receive your order. But don't wait too long because I've printed very limited numbers of these books. And once they're sold out, they will be sold out forever. What a fantastic profile on the Convair 880. These, as I say, they were made. Well, we don't know exactly who made the models. We do know that this is a manufacturer's model. Some of the stands, this is the original stand, metal stand for the aircraft. Some of these stands had little stickers on them with Blaine Electronics, or Blaine, yeah, it was Blaine Electronics was the sticker. It's not on this one, but I have seen other stands that have Blaine Electronics. So I don't know if in fact Blaine Electronics supplied the stands or made the models. Were the models themselves actually made in a shop on the Convair General Dynamics factory location at San Diego Lindbergh Field? Were the models made off-site? Nobody knows the answer to that question. Nobody that I know knows the answer to that question with definity. But who knows? We just will probably never know the answer. But Blaine Electronics, whoever they were involved in the production of these models. They also made other models for Convair General Dynamics, including the F-102 and F-106, of which I also have models as well, and perhaps I'll present them in a future episode of Model Moment. But yeah, so this model is what? It's a little over, it's probably, let's get the ruler out, measure her up. She measures in at 27 inches nose to tail, and her wingspan is an impressive 27 inches. So she's basically 27 by 27 inches. She stands about 14 inches above surface. And I would call this a museum grade model just because of the condition. Its value would be in the very healthy 4 figures. You can find these in lesser condition, beat up condition, major repairs, maybe major repaintings, efforts, perhaps for half that. But this particular model is in very, very nice shape. I hope that you can appreciate the rarity of this model. Have you ever seen one of these Convair 880 models in a museum? Perhaps do you have one in your collection? Maybe you can leave a comment. Let me know your relationship with this model if you've come across it in the past. I'd be very curious to hear. And yeah, what else can I tell you about the model? As I say, it's quite solid. I'm guessing it is either some form of composite. Perhaps it's, as I say, a resin or a fiberglass or a combination of the two. And in my numerous years of collecting, this is the only one that I have ever owned. I've seen them in other people's collections, but I'm not sure that I've seen them in this condition. So this is a major piece of Americana aviation history. It is definitely in the condition that I would say that would lend itself for a display in a professional museum. So definitely hope you've enjoyed the video and look forward to your comments. And of course, if you're not already a subscriber to the JetFlix channel, please do hit that subscribe button. That would be very much appreciated. Of course, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and definitely take a few minutes and leave your comments. I really look forward to reading your comments. So thanks for watching the video. I look forward to seeing you on the next edition of Model Moment, and happy model collecting between now and then. All the best. Bye for now. Hi there, my name is Henry Tenby, and I'd like to tell you about my brand new book. It's called From Lodestars to Jets, and it's the most image-heavy, comprehensive, it's the most extensive history on Air Canada, Trans-Canada Airlines that has ever been published in the annals of aviation history. The book is absolutely loaded with images, that many of which have never been seen before. Let's have a look at the pages, and then you can decide if this book deserves a spot on your bookshelf. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the book. Isn't that gorgeous? It is printed on 105 GSM paper, so it's super high quality paper. It is absolutely loaded with images. As I say, there are approximately 600 images, just under 300 pages. Many of these images have never been seen before. And the stories that are within these pages, many of them have long been forgotten, and it is information that is absolutely fascinating relating to engineering and fleet planning and fleet development issues at Trans-Canada Airlines. Look at that Viscount wing structure design, feathering system. We've got a section on the Bristol Freighter, some face changes around TCA engineering, and then sections on the Connie. Models make moolah, of course, for you aircraft model fans. Whole sections on the Connie North Star. There we go. Engineering Department, 1950. Fabulous shot taken at, where's this? Cartierville. Absolutely gorgeous. And this will take you back to the good old days of Trans-Canada Airlines. As I say, I believe this is the most comprehensive history on Trans-Canada, Avro jetliner, that's right. Trans-Canada Airlines is instrumental in the development of this aircraft. Of course, up to the jet age, the introduction of service to the DC-8s, and other airplanes that were considered by TCA at the time. This is not the same old Air Canada history that we've seen many times over the decades. This is all brand new information, brand new stories. I've posted a link in the upper right-hand corner of this video that'll take you to the book information and order page. Also, I should point out that time is of the essence. Limited production on these books. Once they're sold out, they're probably sold out forever. And I hope you will enjoy the book as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Thank you very much.